Good afternoon. Welcome to Fishing for Bees, February 26th. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 38 degrees, so we won't be going into any of these. If you're new to the channel, this is my channel on swarm catching and beekeeping. We've been blessed over the years to catch enough swarms to replenish our minimal losses that we've never split a colony or purchased a queen or bought any bees. This year may be different. When this channel started with my adventures in swarm catching, I had no intentions of keeping bees. If I caught bees, I was going to sell them on Marketplace. And then I caught bees and I started keeping bees and really enjoy it. And we do reviews on products that we've bought, obviously how to catch swarms and how we keep bees. If any of that interests you, please like and subscribe. So yesterday we were up at the production yard and I did shoot a video, but none of the audio came out. It was terrible, which is probably a good thing because I don't think it was the greatest video because it wasn't the greatest day. We are currently sitting at 70% losses in the production yard, and I have no idea where the losses are in this yard. We didn't change anything from year to year. We did all the same procedures and build up going into winter and mite treatments and checking for mites and everything that we've done throughout the years. But this year we're not seeing the same success, and obviously if you're paying attention at all, not in the mainstream media, but on YouTube and forums, that is industry-wide, nationwide. Not the losses, that I'm experiencing or other people are experiencing everywhere in the nation, but enough to be concerning and be alarming. So we're gonna do a couple videos on how I'm gonna handle, quite frankly, the mess in the other yard. I've done cleanouts obviously in the past. We've had losses every year. We usually sit around a 70% success rate, and now we're sitting around plus 70% loss rate. So that's a lot of dead out colonies, and we're going to be doing a lot of things to increase our chances to catch swarms. I'm going to do some videos on what I foresee the upcoming swarm season to be. But none of it's going to be pleasant. None of it's going to be good news. But I do focus on feral colonies. I'm not so foolish to think that I'm not catching unmanaged colonies from other beekeepers, but I focus on feral colonies. And the good news is we do have some successes in our other yard. One of the colonies that's up there, if you've seen any of my other videos, it's my hot colony. It's the one that I always do last because they light me up. They are nasty, miserable girls. It was my first catch in a swarm trap ever. Not my first catch. My first catch was in a hive body. My first catch in a swarm trap was this catch. And they've requeened themselves and survived every year and maintained the same disposition. So why do I keep them? Because they're great honey producers and they have survived every year. And they're currently with us still. Fingers crossed. So in upcoming videos, you'll see some autopsies as well of some dead outs. I'm not going to do all of them, but if there's interesting things, or I also have a video on how I handle dead outs. But this year is going to be different because we don't know why this is happening. And even at that colony, I had fondant on colonies that were dead, that wasn't completely consumed. And I had 2 colonies that burned through all their fondant. It would be easy to take that partially consumed fondant and put it in the colony next to them. And it crossed my mind, but then I realized I don't know why they died. I don't know if it's viral, I don't know. And these 2 colonies are alive, so they got fresh fondant, fresh pizza tables. If I got a video on how I give them better access inside the fondant with, just a little thing that keeps your pizza box from crushing on your pizza. And I needed to be careful. Well, we're going to go over that more when we go into autopsies and how you might need to be careful and things you need to be thinking of just donating simple things as honey frames to a caught swarm. Beekeeping is constant evolving, constant adapting your procedures, constantly rethinking what you've done, what you can improve on, what didn't work. It seems to be tremendous highs and tremendous lows and rarely somewhere in the middle. So that being said, we're going to be doing a lot of things to hopefully increase our chances of catching swarms and obviously helping bees to survive. I touched on it a little bit, but we'll just recap the other yard in 2024. So we caught the most swarms that we've ever caught. We caught 8 swarms. The season started early here in Michigan, and I was catching swarms with either poorly mated or poorly developed and laying queens. I've never had that problem. I did not catch a big swarm, the big ones that I like to see, you know, the ones that make us really excited. I did not catch one of them last year. I had more laying worker situations than I've ever had in my whole entire time of beekeeping. And I'm starting to think back, were they actually laying workers or were they poorly mated queens? I heard JC's Bees talk about possible relation to the bird flu. And he's got great videos on it, and it made a lot of sense to me. And as soon as I saw that video, I started thinking back to all my problems with these queens or colonies. So we go right to colony collapse disorder and how, you know, these viruses might be affecting the whole colony and what's going on. And that's speculation. Obviously, we don't know. Viral is the obvious suspect. So we go and we think about how a virus can affect the whole colony and every bee in the colony. And I keep going back to all these problems that I had with queens. And I don't know, obviously, where the problem lies. And it could be 2 things. So I'm going to go over my 2 thoughts. It could be a problem within the queen. It could be some type of virus within the queen. And maybe it's related to bird flu, and you know, they coexist together, or it could be the same virus. I don't know. But I keep going back to the queen. What's the problem with the queen? And I was talking with my wife yesterday, and she asked me, are you hearing any of this? And I said, I'm not really. I'm not hearing. I'm hearing stuff about virus and colony collapse disorder, but I'm not hearing, you know, could it be within the queens? And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's not within the queens. Maybe it's within the drones. Maybe it's within those drones that were mating with those queens early in the season that were giving me, especially at this end. I had laying workers, 2 or 3 colonies on this end. I had laying workers in the other yard, and I keep saying laying workers. But did I really have laying workers, or did I have poorly mated queens? Or something that falls within the drones, possibly within the queens. I remember in one of the colonies I saw the queen, and I was so excited because I was like, finally. I kept donating frames to this colony. I caught it, and it was poorly mated, or whatever her problem was, and I just couldn't get it right. And then I was in there one time, I was getting ready to donate another frame of eggs to try and produce another queen, and I was swarm cells, I was doing everything to try and help these swarm catches out. And I saw the queen, and she was small, and I was like, finally, there's a queen in here. And the colony never got right. So I keep going back to the drones and wondering, is it within the queen that we're seeing these problems? Because I never had the buildup that I normally had either. I didn't have the big swarms. I didn't have the rapid buildup in the catches. Some of the existing colonies that came out of winter last year had weird buildups. Honeybound. I was honeybound in more colonies than I've ever been. Was the queen laying at such a poor rate or a slow rate that they were bringing in the nectar too fast and binding up these colonies? I don't know. That's where I'm at right now on this problem that we're at with me personally. And I had a friend contact me today. He had 100% loss, and he's a way better beekeeper than me. He's been in this a lot longer. He actually got a donated swarm from me last year. His knowledge is way better than mine, and he has 100% loss. I think I might be looking at 100% loss in this yard. It's obviously not a day I want to be checking them. So I just wanted to make a quick video, give an update. Not good on our production yard. We'll know more on this one Friday. We do have a review coming up on our Hilco 7-gallon heated jacketed bottling tank, which is really, really sweet, really, really nice. We're gonna do a full review on that. That's your update so far. nothing good, but we still do have 2 alive in our production yard, and they're good sized colonies for this time of year, and we're very hopeful that we can get them out. We may have to split, because if these colonies that are surviving, hopefully there's some in this yard, those are the ones you want to split. And I'm not a big splitter, you know that. I like to capture the early nectar flow, but I have to also, as I said earlier, evolve and adapt and change things up for the production, for my customers, for my enjoyment of beekeeping. I stopped selling 5-gallon buckets last month when all of this started breaking. I'm not letting buckets go for the price that I let them go. Even bottling a 5-gallon bucket at quarts, I double my profit. I bottle it less than that at pints and 8 ounces, and then the profit just goes up. So no more 5-gallon buckets for sale. I'm sitting on all that. I'm sitting on all of it for my good customers. I'm sitting on all of it for myself, so that we can have honey, because we just don't know. We just don't know where this is going to go, and it's sad and bleak, but we're still here. We're still going to make videos. As I always told you, we'll share our successes and we'll share our misery as well. And I guess we kind of know the direction that this year is going to be at, but we're going to rebound. We're going to make it, whether we have to split, hopefully catch more swarms or whatever. We're gonna continue to produce our product for our customers, and we're gonna continue to make videos for you. So I hope your bees are well. I hope they're better than mine. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Talk to you soon.